Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Bin 101, the home of value, good information, and when it comes to cryptocurrency, trading, and investment in general. And today we're just going to be looking at the charts and we're going to be checking out some countries that are now trying to regulate cryptos and all of that and see how this is going to help us navigate our way in the market today. And I told you so yesterday that you should get into the market at the right time. And if your sell stop was not activated, I believe your buy stop was activated. And you can see when you look at the chart right here, yesterday I told you get into the market above, I think 2420, something like that. And if you did that, I believe you must have made close to 600 points. Now it depends on how much BTC you're trading. It depends on how many lot size you're putting in the market, and you should have made some money for yourself. So what's going to happen today? Should we hold the trade or we should get out of the market? I am going to tell you that just now. My name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, and welcome to the show. And this is Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. And if you've been following this show, you know that we don't gamble on this show. We rather take cautions to prevent our assets than to just dabble or just get into the market and be wandering around the market and lose our money or our assets. So you need to understand what you're doing, what we're doing on this channel. And if you're new to the channel, you might want to hit the subscribe button, like, share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. All right, before I get into the business of the day, let me take a look at some news that I can see talking about countries that are trying to join other countries regulating the crypto space. We all know US has been battling with that. We saw SEC doing all what they could do to do that. We saw China doing their own, and we had a good news yesterday talking about the new prime minister in UK that is kind of crypto friendly or a believer of crypto. So now we might see a lot of things happening in the crypto space very soon. And you know, I told you yesterday the bull run is around the corner, but we need to be careful because we might have another liquidity grab or a liquidation of so many assets before they buy it back. So you need to be careful. So now right here on the news, we can see Vietnam Prime Minister says country needs to regulate crypto. And we see right here that lawmakers have, lawmakers, where is it? We can see right that lawmakers have been putting pressure on the Prime Minister as well, on the government of the State Bank of Vietnam, the country's central bank, and the Minister of Justice to clarify their stance towards virtual asset and block technology. We all know crypto is here to stay, like I used to tell you, but a lot of regulation needs to come in. Why? Because we know there's a lot of scams, there's a lot of hacking going on, there's been a lot of false, even fake project coming out there that if you do not know it or you don't do your own research, you might end up losing your hard-earned money. So that's why these countries or other countries are just putting their heads together and see how this space can be regulated. And I bet it is for the benefits of both of us, not for them to now make it centralized, but at least just put some regulations on the platform or in the space so all of us can enjoy the good thing about cryptocurrency. And also in Singapore, we can see Singapore wants to prohibit retail from borrowing funds for crypto investing. And I think this is quite good because let me tell you, crypto is very risky. I'm not going to lie to you. Crypto trading or cryptocurrency, everything is very risky. Why? Because, you know, these projects are owned by individuals, companies, and all of that, and they don't have backup. We saw what happened with Luna. We saw what happened with Voyager. We saw what happened with what's it called? Celsius, and many more like that, And if you want to see videos about them, you can check the videos among our videos, and you can have understanding of what happened to them in the game. But now, if you have a regulation whereby if you want to have a crypto company or something like that, maybe you're going to have a capital base with the central bank in the country, or you're going to have something that regulates and make sure that in case you fail, they can use the money with the government to settle the investors or the believer that have invested in the company. So we can see that Singapore authorities have proposed a new set of regulatory measures to oversee the use of digital assets in the country and protect consumers, you see. So I think that's a good step from the Singapore. And the country central bank and financial regulator, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS, recently published two consultation papers containing suggestions to tighten the country's regulatory stance on digital assets. We've seen so many countries doing this. And at the same time, we can see these centralized exchanges moving further and, claiming edges around the globe. We've seen Binance doing the most, FTX pushing, even Coinbase, Crypto.com, they centralized exchanges are pushing. And talking about centralized exchanges, if you want to open your account and start trading, or you want to do all those things, the link down in the description. You can use my link to open your trading account, and you can start trading by watching the show and learning how to trade as well, and you can earn some money for yourself. And also, we saw UK policymaker vote for regulating crypto as financial instrument. We saw that already happening in the United States when Ethereum moved from proof of work to proof of stake, and you saw even most banks investment. I know about Fidelity, I know about the First Bank United States, Mellon, and this bank are now saying they want to allow people, they'll be offering crypto services, and at the same time allow people to stake their ETH with them. And now the SEC is coming out to say no, if it's going to be like that, then they need to meet the requirement of securities when they're doing something like that. So all of this is what we're going to be looking at in the chart, and see how all these things is affecting it. And we see UK may soon recognize crypto asset and financial asset. I think, well, I love that, because it might be financial asset too, because let me tell you, there's a way you can go about all these things, you understand? But at the same time, seeing it as an asset or as a security doesn't mean it's still not going to do what we want it to do. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's just like other securities that are allowing people to get, what will I call it? Allowing people to get, what's it called? Licensing and all of that. It's just to regulate it and to just make sure whatever we're doing, there's securities for us, and also we can rely on them because they put something with the government, or they have understanding with the government, and that will help us to sleep at night when we put our money in some of these exchanges, because we don't want to wake up one morning and see like Luna dropping from 120 to 0. That is so chaotic, and it's affected the market. And right now, speaking about the market, let's check out the chart. You can see BTC is trading at 28.22. What do we need to do today? What is going to happen? I'm going to tell you about that shortly, but before we get to that, let us check what could move the market today. Like I told you yesterday, we have some Canada and all those news coming up, and we saw that yesterday BOC monetary policy was out, and we saw even their rate statement was out. We saw the BOC press conference too came out, and it was not that, but at least it was a bit better, and we'll be hoping to see if United States is going to follow the footstep, or probably we're going to see something good from United States come November. And all of this, we need to take a look at it, get used to it, know what they mean before we can now say we read the chart and see what is going on over here. So what are we expecting today to move the market? We're seeing in Europe, we're going to see main refinancing rate coming up monetary policy statement will become known, which they are very, very important, if you may ask me. And we all know European has been part of the most, whatever, adopted or talking about adoption of cryptocurrency in the world. So whatever that happens in the economy might affect the crypto space. So you need to take a look at those things. And we're going to see advanced GDP price index today. We're going to see core durable goods, durable goods order, and we're going to see ECB press conference. That is very, very important if you ask me, guys, and we need to be careful. So I think we have some news or major news that these bad guys, I call them bad guys. I'm talking about the big boys, the whales in the cryptocurrency and the big banks in the forex industry, because they always want to take action when a news comes out or when something happens, to make sure that that's where they put the blame on. And right now, these news are very important, so we need to watch carefully and see what's going to happen in the market. But I'm going to tell you what you need to do on the chart as well shortly, so you don't want to go anywhere. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, I think you can pause the video right now. You can subscribe right here. Subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can enjoy all this juicy content we're bringing for you on the show. So back to the economic calendar, we can see right here that tomorrow we'll now be expecting the BOJ outlook report to come out. Japan, that's Bank of Japan, they will be expecting their monetary policy statement talking about their interest rates as well. Then we're going to be expecting their own conference. That means their statement, whenever we see the president or the Fed or the chairman, whatever they call it in their countries, will not come out and talk about the tools or what they're going to use to make sure everything is in order. So then tomorrow also, we're going to be seeing GDP month to month in Canada. We're going to be expecting core PCE price index month to month in Canada as well, in United States, and also we're going to be seeing penny home sales and revised UOM consumer sentiment in United States. And talking about sentiment, later on the show, we're still going to check out what the sentiment looks like and see if people are now becoming confident or people are now being feeling greedy or kind of to get into the market and pump the market, and see if we are in another bullish run. So we can see right here that the market is still trading at 28.27, and what I'm expecting to do right here on the chart is, if we see a good news, because I tell you, whatever that happens in the economy is going to reflect on the chart. You can see this movement yesterday. I say yesterday, the day before yesterday, when we have the new prime minister. You see this push the price up for about how many percent? Almost about 6.7% on the daily. You see, that's a massive gain for whoever takes trade. Imagine that's the kind of amount you even get a year when you invest in some asset. And imagine in a day, the market moved over close to 7%. And why did that happen? It was because of the new prime minister, and everybody believes is crypto friendly, and we're going to see a lot of things, truths that exit the government lay down, that this guy would definitely control it. So today we'll be expecting things like this to happen. But when do we need to get into the market? I'm going to tell you right now. I just feel you need to be careful, because when you go to the higher time frame, let me show you something. You see, when you come here, let me show you, let me go to 2 hours, because I think I have the map correctly laid out on the 2 hour game. Yeah, see it from here. It's starting from here. We have our 1, just like I told you yesterday. We have from here, we have our 1, we have our 2, now we have in our 3 with the movement, because we break above this. To me, we have our 3, then we have a pullback, you see, 4. So I'm thinking we might have seen the market complete its cycle in a lower movement, you understand? So what I'm expecting the market to do is to see the market come down to this point to kind of mitigate the order block, or even move further to mitigate this or break it, you understand? But That's what we're expecting the market to do, or what we think is going to happen in the market. And for records, we've been right, I think, more than 90%, or let's say 99.9%. Whatever I will tell you on the show has always been correct. Not financial advice by any way, but we've just studied the market and we're using the experience to lay out the chart and tell you possible action that will come out in the market. So what am I expecting to happen today? This is what I'm going to do. I haven't seen this movement move like that. And when you go to a lower time frame to get your perfect entry, or a sniper entry like some of you will call it, this is what I will do today. If I'm still in the market, I am still going to hold on to my positions. Get me right. If I'm still in the market, I'm still going to hold on to my positions. So if you're in the market, stay in the market, because when you need to get out of the market, I always tell you, let me show you. This is where you need to get out of the market. When you have a structure forming like this, you see, then now you see the market come down, form another structure. Then the moment it's coming to break it, that's when you need to get out of the market. And I know you might not understand this. If you want to learn how to trade, or you want to learn how to do all these things, go to www.instacashfx.com and you can become a professional trader by applying for free training, and you'll be called according to you batches, because we want to train people, maybe I think from 200 to 300 batch by batch, you understand. And that's like giving back to the community through our channel. But that's that on that. So what are we expecting to do today? Looking at the time frame and the way the market is moving, if you miss the movement and you feel like you don't want to wait, but I will advise you at this point, you need to be careful if you're buying, because the cycle is almost completed, or let me even say it's completed. It's just that we might have liquidity grab, or we have continuation of the trend. So what you need to do, it's simple. You need to put your sell stop. Let me remove this. Now we now have this market forming all this movement. Where do you need to put your sell stop? You need to put your sell stop below this. That is below 2600. I believe if we break into 2600, we're now having a structure that is now forming. We might have a good entry that will form a structure for the market to now start falling back, or to come down and mitigate those zones where we have block orders. And in case we'll continue seeing the market trailing the profit upward, you need to get into the market above this. But I would advise, or I would say, I don't think you need to be greedy. You need to push that hard, because the market is already moved. So if you miss it, you just need to wait for a perfect entry. But if you feel like, okay, you know your risk reward, you know your risk management, okay, when you get into the market, you can calculate how much you're willing to lose in the market. Yes, you can put your buy above 21K, because I believe if you break above 21K, we might see the market continue forming a small movement, maybe to 21 something, or we might see a massive movement, because sometimes we see the market completing the cycle in a short form and later form another movement that will now complete another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get what I'm trying to say? So you need to be careful. That's why just put your buy stop above 21,000. Let's say probably 21,020 thereabout, and put your sell stop below 2,600. That's how you need to do your setup today. Not financial advice, but it's what we've been giving on this channel, and it's been correct 100%. Okay, so what we're waiting for today is see if you're going to continue moving up to continue trailing the stop loss or making the profit as it's moving up. And if it's going to fall off, we need to put our sell stop below 2,600, or even our stop loss. Because if you are still in the market, let's say you get into the market from 19,200, you are still making your profit and you don't want to close your position, which is correct, because I won't close my position until I see the market is invalidated. So where is it going to be invalidated? That is when we'll see a structure being broken, which I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is it. So now I will pull my sell stop below 2,600. And even though when you're putting your sell stop, you need to use your risk reward. You understand? You need to use your risk reward. Don't just place a trade without using your stop loss or calculating your risk management very well, because that could ruin your trading portfolio. So now that's that on BTC. BTC is still looking good, still on on a uptrend movement, but we are waiting to see this one of these invalidated. Then we can have a mindset that, oh, definitely the market is going to move. And you can see the reason why I'm saying you need to wait, because this spike the zone, didn't break it. Even this one spike it as well, did not break it. So we're looking for the one that will break it nicely. Then we know that yes, we can take a shot. But if we continue moving up, we'll just continue trailing it until we see something like this form again. Then we put our sell stop below it. But for today, where is your sell stop? Your sell stop is below 2600 as I'm recording right now, and your buy stop is above 21k. But I just feel like the cycle is almost completed, or is even complete, but sometimes we might then continue pushing it upwards, so you need to be careful. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you want to get more of this on the channel, you need to hit the subscribe button right now, like and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get some videos that will drop immediately. So now that's that on BTC. Let's check out ETH before we check the market watch and see what the market cap looks like and all of that. ETH for today, it should be looking nice, because yesterday, I told you BTC was going, ETH was going to move. Wow, I think it's even there already, because our mission was to get to this point. No, it's closed. It's closed. ETH is closed. We have a squeeze there, so it's closed. All right, but what have we seen on ETH? I told you last week that ETH was going to break out this, and I think that one we don't need to argue about it. We saw it happening right in front of our eyes, and now ETH has now formed what I call 1, 2. Let me show you. It's just more or less like the BTC. We have the movement from here, from 1, 2. You see 3, 4, 5. Then we have this as liquidity grab. So now, so what do we need to do here? Right now, we need to turn this to green, because when you're having liquidity grab, you're going to have two greens. Sorry. Let me do that right now so you can get what I'm saying. Yes. That shows the liquidity grab has happened. So if we continue trailing the market upward, so definitely another movement is going to be talking about another cycle. The cycle always complete in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, but that is seldomly. But normally it's always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we've seen this broke out of here. So we're having probably, let's put this as our red now, potential red. Let's put it as our potential red. Yes, let's put that as our potential red. Means that's where we're expecting the market to stop before the market will start coming down to mitigate, or where they have the buy and sell before the market shoots up. But this is what you need to do on ETH. Put your sell stop. We now have a proper spike here, which is 1,530. So you need to put your sell stop on ETH at 1,533 or 1,530 to be safe, and put your buy stop above 1,595. Yeah, you see, let me bring it down so you can see it clearly. So 1,595, that's where your buy stop, above it, not at 1,095, above 1,595, excuse me. That's where you need to put your buy stop, and your set stop should now be below 1,530. That's the setup for ETH today, because I am expecting to see a pullback. That's what I'm expecting to see in the market. I'm expecting to see a pullback come down to mitigate all this zone before we can even see the market continue the movement. Then let's check in a higher time frame to see if we're going to see another form, but it's still the same thing. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, then we have our 5. You see 100% correct. We have our 5, we have the green, then we have liquidity grab. And once we have liquidity grab, we're expecting the market to come down to probably this zone to mitigate this zone or even come down to the down part where the market start moving up. So for today, those are the setup for ETH and USD, and you need to be careful when you're taking your trade. Don't forget to use your risk reward management, and do not forget to make sure you don't buy too much lot size so you do not liquidate your asset. And if you're still in the game, you can still hold on to your BTC and ETH. Just make sure where I say is the sell stop, that should be your stop loss as well, and where I say is the buy stop, there should be where you should get into the market again in case we see the market moving up and down. So that's that on Mr. The Merge, which is ETH. Now let's check out what's happening in the market today. We can see the market cap is above 1 trillion, guys. The market cap is above 1 trillion, and on the sister site as well, the market cap is above 1 trillion. Now I can now confidently tell you we are above 1 trillion, and I told you that when I normally take my own, how am I going to call it, my own figures, is when both sides confirm $1 trillion, not when one is on $1 trillion and the other one is on 940 billion. No, they both have to be on $1 trillion, and that's what we're seeing. So it's 100% that we're above $1 trillion, and that's a good news. If we can maintain this position for some time, I could tell you we'll see a spike coming to mitigate, and the market will definitely shoot up, because now investors will now have a good mindset that, oh, the market is looking good, you understand? Because the last time we were above $1 trillion, we saw the market move up, but it was a fake out. I think we went to about 25K then, and the market falls back. So we need to be careful and we don't fall for that prank again, so we don't lose our money. And if you don't want to fall for all those things, subscribe to this channel where we give you all this juicy information and values for your money, so you can be crypto billionaire, if not crypto millionaire in the crypto space. All right, so let's check out what is happening. We can see the last traded in 24 hours has been 103 billion. That's high, and we can see on the sister side 100 billion. So I think the correlation is now moving head to head, and we can see over here BTC is now 39.7 dominance, and dominance here is about 38.1. ETH is 18%, and we can see ETH right here is 19%. I think they're close to each other. So that's on the market cap, and talking about the dominance in the market. And right here we can see BTC is trading at 2,800, and it's been up for about 8.7% in the last 7 days, and 24 in the in the last 24 hours, it's been 3.26%, and in the last 1 hour is 0.21%. And ETH has been trading at 1564, and it's been up about 21% in the last 7 days, and that is massive, and 5.74% in the last 24. And I think I told you so. If you check the ETH chart last week, I told you we are going to break up, because ETH fails to move below 0.38 Fibonacci, and I think that's increasing. The screen is becoming blurry. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Nice one. Okay, and that's that. And now let's check some coin on the top 100, like we always show you, so you can know what is going on down there. We can now see XEM is now at number 101, and it's trading at 0.0399, and it's been up for about 6% in the last 7 days. Gemini dollar about 0.95% in the last 7 days, and Terra Luna is back to 107, and it's been up for about 0.96% in the last 1 hour. UFNS at 109. Stepping, the app that when you're running you earn crypto, is now at 113, and we can see Cardena just keep falling off the radar. Cardena is down to 121 on the chart, talking about coins below top 100. So let's check out the NFT out, see overall NFT stats, and see who is overtaking each other. These guys, they've been pushing themselves out of top 10 and pushing back to top 10. We all know NFT space is still noisy, and you need to do your own research before you bag your money on any project. Do your own research, know who's behind it, know the mission, the vision, the tokenomics, the roadmap, and all of that before you bank your money on any project. Excuse me. So Budget AH is still sitting at number one, CryptoPunk number two. Other did for other side is back into top 10 and is now at number three. And we can see other from other side is now at number three. Azuki is back on the chart, talking about top 10 at number six. And we now have Gutter Cat Gang, wow, at number 10. You know, this NFT project got so many funny names, and we can see Ethereum has been dominating top 10. Why? Because Solana came up with this idea, and I don't think a lot of people are buying it, you know, saying royalty should not be optional. A lot of people want to put a project on NFT because they believe they can continue earning money for the rest of their lives. Because if I put a project on NFT now and you sell it to another person, I get something talking about royalty, and the person sells it to another person. Imagine, and I have millions of projects out there, and I'm getting even 1% royalty from all my projects. I'll still remain a millionaire for the rest of my life. So I don't think removing the royalty is a good thing, or making it optional. They didn't remove it, but they made it optional, and I think they need to decide and look into that. But that's that on solana.io in case you're interested about that. You can check it out, and you know, we know our NFT, we have Rarible, OpenSea, Solana, and lots of them are out there. And if you want to know much of this, I've told you, go to www.instacashfs.com and you can apply for free training and learn how to trade, how to invest, and know much about this cryptocurrency in general. So that's that on the market watch as well. Let's now check out what is happening, talking about the sentiment in the market. We know yesterday fear and greed index was sitting at 33 and now is dropping. Now is now at 32. So I think the fear is kicking him back, and I told you by the time we see 2023, that's when you need to bargain some crypto. So the fear and greed is still looking good. It's at 32, which is still fear, but not extreme fear. So we're still waiting. And like I said on the chart today, I'm expecting the market to pull back to mitigate some zone, and we can have something nice. Or if you miss the market, you can get into the market at that point and make some money for yourself. So fear and greed index today is sitting at 32, and we hope to see if it's going to become green and leave this orange position that has been for weeks, if not for months. So if you've not subscribed to the channel at this point, I think you're missing out. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for hanging out with me, and please do subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bells, and you can get all the juicy content we're dropping on this beautiful show called the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. And the headlines, you can see, get to know whatever that's happening in the world of crypto, talking about the news. If you are lazy to check the news all around the web, we take the time and show you the headlines, and whichever that interests you, you can know, do your own research more about that, and you can check the one we dropped yesterday. I think the link is around the corner, and you can get to understand what is happening in the crypto space. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. From seeing the countries trying to push more regulation into cryptocurrency, and having BTC even touch 21K, and seeing the fear and greed dropping from 33 to 32, I think today's show has been a wonderful package, and I appreciate you for standing or watching till this time. And if you've not subscribed, please do that. Until I catch you tomorrow on another beautiful and wonderful episode of the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, I still remain myself, Ahmed Oladimeji Kazeem. Peace out.